Hi, my name's Ben. I work for the Game House, and now that the 2023 NBA Draft Lottery is over and we know which teams have which picks, I just wanted to introduce you to the top 4 prospects in the 2023 NBA Draft. Now, these are basically set in stone, and Victor Wembanyama is almost guaranteed to go to the Spurs at number 1. The other 3 have been mixed around depending on which mock draft you're looking at, but these are pretty much the consensus top 4 prospects. We'll start with Victor Wembanyama. So he's a French player. He's a center / power forward. They just have him listed as a center here, but with his movement and his speed and his handles, he could also definitely be a forward. He's 19 and he's 7'2". So the big thing with Victor is he can handle the ball like a shooting guard, shoot like a shooting guard, but also is 7'2". We're talking Kevin Durant type shooting ability. This guy is absolutely a franchise changer if he stays healthy, if he stays on the court, and if he continues to work on and build his game. As you can see here, he played in 30 games, 21.5 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, on 47.5 field goal shooting, and almost 30% three-point shooting. Now, that three-point number seems a little low. I think that will have to come up, but given how three-point happy the NBA is, he will get a lot of chances to work on that. I'm going to be using different sort of draft profiles from different sites just to give you a round look at all these players, but this player comparison for NBC right here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which sort of goes without saying. That is high praise. But enough about Victor. Everybody knows he's going first, and everybody knows about him. So we'll move on to Scoot Henderson, who played in the G League Ignite. He's from Marietta, Georgia. He's 6'3" and 195, and he's a point guard. So Scoot is sort of a Russell Westbrook comp. He can't really shoot. His jumper isn't really great, but he gets to the rim and scores efficiently. Last year, he had 27 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, and 5 assists per game. He can finish with the best of them, and he can dish the ball quickly. He's really just an explosive athlete, maybe more of an athlete than any of the other players in the top 4 here. So whoever grabs him will just be hoping that he sort of takes on the scoring and leading role, sort of like prime Russell Westbrook, maybe a triple-double machine, but we'll see how his rebounds shake out in the NBA. Third, we're going to go with Amen Thompson. He is a 6'7" point guard. He's 20 years old, and he's 209 pounds. So 200 pounds for a 6'7" guy, not huge. He might get pushed around a little bit, but let's look at his stats. 16.5 points per game, 5.9 assists per game, and the same with rebounds. That's huge. 56.6 field goals per game, 25, and his three-point percentage was 25. So he's another great athlete who's a little bit more of a shooter than Scoot Henderson, who I just talked about. His handles are insane, and he can get around players maybe better than any of these other guys in the top 4. He is definitely not afraid to pass the ball. He has great court vision. His passing ability is already really polished. As you can see here, the weaknesses that we have here are he wasn't really dared to shoot a lot. That will happen in the NBA, and I think with practice that will get a little bit better. But Amen Thompson is another great point guard prospect. Even though the last tall point guard we saw go, Ben Simmons, hasn't really panned out, I think somebody will take a chance on him here. And then finally, we have Brandon Miller. Now, I just want to get this out of the way. Brandon Miller has some character issues relating to gun violence that I don't really want to talk about here. If you're interested, you can look that up and read all about it. But the character issues are going to be a huge hurdle for a team to get past in order to draft him. But we'll just look at his basketball ability right here. Last year at Alabama, he had 18.8 points, 8.2 rebounds. Didn't pass the ball a lot, but he is a small forward, so he was mostly in catch-and-shoot sort of situations there. He played huge minutes, 32 minutes per game. That's huge for college, and his free throw percentage is 85.9. I'm not sure how much he's going to get fouled in the NBA, especially if he's taking a lot of threes. But Brandon Miller is sort of a Paul George comp I've seen. Sort of an all-around lanky, lengthy player with athleticism. He could be one of the best wings in the league if he develops like people expect him to. So that's just my quick introduction to the sort of consensus top 4 in this NBA draft. Let me know which team you think is going to grab these players, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it.